What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It is a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Findlay, Ohio, finally. Yesterday we had a brief snowstorm in the morning, but today it's warmed up. I've been doing some yard work, and now it's time to reward myself with a beer. Now, the beer I have today is from the Exclamative Sour series from Able Baker Brewing, and they're out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, this is the Blueberry Vanilla BLAM. Now, if you recall, I mentioned I went to Las Vegas the week of St. Patrick's Day, and this is one of the beers that I bought back. So I went by Able Baker, had a few of their beers on spot, had some lunch. Was a really cool little brewery, nice little seating area. You could sit outside. It was absolutely stunning. So I hit a few breweries down that same road, and I threw a few of these in the suitcase to bring them home. Now Roxy has run into the shed, and I think she's going to quickly escape and run back out. Anyway, like I said, this is a sour, blueberry vanilla sour. Got a little bit of a blurb here on the side. It said, "We expand the umbrella of our Exclamative Sour series with this distinctively tart fruit ale. This brew was inspired by, and the flavors chosen to accent, the unique winter climate of the desert. We used sour viso yeast, I'm not familiar with that, to produce a clean, bright lactic acid character, and balance that by using blueberries to leave a blam of residual sweetness. We followed by swirling in a blam of warming vanilla, and the result is a tart but pleasantly fruited sour ale that explodes with flavor and pours a vivid magenta in color." Now, this is 5.2% ABV, 21 IBUs. As far as ratings, there wasn't a whole heck of a lot to go on. I think I went to Untapped at 3.89, but there wasn't a ton of check-ins. On Beer Advocate, there was an NA. There was one written review, and that was it. Now, I do like that they said magenta, so I don't have to look stupid and say this is purplish, right? Because that's the color I would have gone with, purplish. Magenta is not a color in my vocabulary. Now, it is also kind of cool to see that a bunch of funk didn't come out of the bottom here. I gave a little swirl. I always swirl when I take them out of the fridge so I don't forget to do it before I drink it. Artwork on here, quite nice, very retro kind of look there. It's got a young lady in a bathing suit with an umbrella, kind of cool. As far as the color, again, this isn't going to show up on my Brew HQ chart, so I'll go with magenta, because that's what they said, magenta. As far as the rest of it, you can't see through this. You know, it's quite cloudy, I guess, or you can't see through it at all. The head, you had a fleeting white head. It dissipated rather quickly, which is common for the style, so nothing out of the norm there. All right, let's give it a sniff. I noted that, it said that it had, I guess, lactose in it, so sometimes you get a sweet hint of the lactose, and it is a sour, so I was waiting for something funky. I think it's a kettle sour. Light funkiness, light berry kind of smell to it, nothing too crazy. Not overpowering in any way, shape, or form. Smells kind of pleasant. All right, let's give it a shot. Cheers. Ooh, nice big sip there. What do I pick up? First thing, I will say this, medium bodied, it's okay. The taste, the first thing it gets you is that big tart sour punch, which makes my day. I think the last beer I did was a sour as well. I like sours. I know a lot of people out there, it's not their cup of tea. But when I get a sour, I want it to actually be sour, and this one is certified funky. It gets a Biz Marquee. As far as the flavors, I think the first thing you get is kind of that lactose thing. Then you pick up some berry. You do pick up a little bit of vanilla, and that's kind of about it. You don't have a whole lot of other flavors going on, but they are kind of balanced nicely. So I think the blueberry is tiny, a little bit of tartness to the blueberry flavor, and then maybe a tiny bit of sweetness with the vanilla. But the sweetness isn't a big sweetness. It's just kind of, it underlies or complements the sourness and the tartness. All in all, I think this is a really well put together beer. It is as advertised. Once again, it's something I've been railing against. I can't stand when I read a beer and it promises me the sun, the moon, and the stars, and then you drink it and it's garbage. This actually comes through. It does what it's supposed to. Pick up the blueberry, pick up the vanilla. It has a nice tartness to it. Nice beer for a nice warm day like this, which I didn't think I'd have. I thought it was going to be overcast and gloomy all weekend, but it's nice and sunny, so thrilled to be able to check this one out. So, Exclamative Sour Series Blueberry Vanilla BLAM BLAM, you get a thumbs up. I would definitely drink another one of these. I wish I'd thrown a few more in my suitcase. To be honest, I always get nervous with beers that I think are going to be different weird colors in case they burst in my bag. And I was at a conference. I don't want my suit to be dyed magenta or my my work clothes. So you got to be careful when you transport these. Now I will say this: when I travel, I do bring a bunch of Ziploc bags so that when I do come across beers, I can properly tie them up and make sure that they're nice and safe. That being said, stuff happens, right? So all in all, great beer. Nice little throwback to my trip a few weeks ago to Las Vegas. Really enjoyed the brewery. If you're ever in the area, check this place out. Cool little spot, great food as well. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, you got any comments or questions, jump in down below. Hey, till next time. Cheers!